We are, nope, and another bag spilled. We are just reaming out the primer pockets on some 308 casings. We got some top brass 308, and it was not very well. We checked them all with a case gauge, those that needed to be resized, even though they're supposed to be sized. Those that checked them all with a case gauge. Me and my son did that. He liked doing that. And then so now we're reaming the primer pockets. And I just spilled the bag. I'm about halfway through reaming them. We probably got 190 left. We shot a few, and we sized a few. There's some of them. No matter how many times we sized them, they would not fit in the case gauge. So we just decided not to use them. Must have been something like near the bottom where the sizing doesn't actually go. So anyway. Cool. Let's get all messages in here. And let's do a poll. Start a poll. Anyway, hope y'all are doing well. Let's see. We can do something else. There we go. Hopefully y'all can see that. Appreciate everybody being here. Sorry about that. Now I've got the camera stable again. It's charging. Good, it's still charging, because sometimes when you're charging the phone, it's not that. So once again, we are just reaming the primer pockets on the 308 case with a primer pocket reamer. I can't show you what I'm doing, but I can talk about it, I think, on YouTube. If you want to support the channel, the best way to support the channel is code Alaskan20, all lowercase letters, Alaskan20. And that'll get you a good trigger or good parts over at Rise Armament. I can't tell you how to get there. Can't tell you what the address is or anything like that. You guys can figure that out. But Alaskan20 at Rise Armament. So oops, I just threw that one back in the wrong box. Anyway. So don't forget to say hi. We'll shout you out, all that jazz. So anyway, that's what we're doing tonight. So what would you all do for SHTF? Make sure you vote in the poll there. 308 or 556 NATO. Both have their advantages. Both have their disadvantages. Both, if you can afford it, obviously, is the right answer. So anyway, yep. Don't have any chats in here yet. All messages. Okay, cool. Yep. Hit the thumbs up. 308 or 556. I personally am I would go with 308, except for the fact that my wife doesn't like the weight of an AR-10. So there is that problem. .556 NATO. We got one vote. Cool. I actually both. I have .556 NATO as well. Obviously, I've got 4 5.56 NATOs and another upper 4.5, I guess. Be the right thing to say. Yep. 5.56 would definitely be cheaper. People don't understand, in terms of foot-pounds of energy, 5.56 is comparable to most 44 Magnum rounds. And everybody thinks 44 Magnum, bigger energy, bigger bullets to transfer their energy better, of course. But yeah, watching Terminator before bed and before work week. Hope you're well blessed, Victory. Yep. Thank you, Shed Al. It's been a while. I am very well blessed. We got a new, me and my wife got a new kid coming in February. I finally got a doctor that's going to work on the pain and do some surgery. And I know people who have had the surgery, so it seems like it's going to be a pretty good one. Whew. So, a little wary about that, but yeah, that'd be a good one. You have a blessed night too, Shed Al. If you're already off the chat, I'm sorry, but you have a blessed night as well. Yeah, it's not the fun job. Need to get one of those case stations. It's got the primer pocket reamers and it's got the cleaners. No, I'm here. God bless you and your family. Help you go on surgery. You too, Shed Al. I appreciate you. I had to load up a new hunting cartridge. They didn't have the bullets. Say, I've been using. Okay, what were you using and what cartridge? And for what game and stuff? What's up? What's up? How you doing? Just came in to click the like button. Have to head to work in a few hours. All right, man. You should get some sleep, man. All right, we got some votes on the poll now. We got 308 at 67%, 556, still one person voting for 556. Okay. That's okay. Oh, 43.5 grains of Varget and 308 with the 165 grain nozzle partition. Okay, cool. That's cool. I just loaded up some 180 grain partitions last night. In last night's chat. They are in 300 Winchester Magnum, though. Trying one Accubon, 65 grain Accubon. That's good idea. Accubon's not a bad one for elk. Accubon, though, is a lot like a copper bullet. You want to go lighter weight so that you get more speed. Because I shot Accubon in my first caribou, and it was a cow, and it was at 250 yards, and it just penciled in like it was a 30-06, 180 grain, which I had loaded to be 2650, but it was a 22-inch barrel instead of a 24-inch barrel like the loading manual. And I was getting, instead of 2650, I was getting 2588. And so by the time it got out there, it was like at 2,000, 2,100, something like that, at 250, and maybe a little higher, I don't know. And it did not expand very well until I actually hit bone in the neck. So I would nozzler Accubon's a lot like using a Barnes TTSX or a Hornady CX or a Hammer Bullet or something like that. You need to go lighter weight and give it more speed. That's the only thing about Accubon I would tell you about. That's that. I got 6 votes, and we are 50-50 on 308 Winchester for 5.56 NATO. I guess I should have added 726 2x39 300 blackout. But what's up, Christopher Abernathy? Good to see you, man. Long time no see. Do you come, Christopher? Do you come over to the crap? I've been using the wrong tool. Jeez. I'm just sitting here reaming the case mouth instead, which I've already done. It's been a long night. Oh well. I'm gonna get this on that's hard to put a thing in. Yeah. Fudge, I have an 18-inch because of the forbidden popsicle. Yeah, in 308. Yeah. I'll show you what bullet you should have for 308. .130 grain Barnes TTSX. That will kill anything in North America. So don't catch me streams. Yeah, I get it, Christopher Abernathy. I appreciate you. Can you do a video on Federal Fusion tipped 175 grain 7mm Remington Magnum? I will try. My 7mm Remington Magnum doesn't have the twist brake probably for that bullet. You're gonna need a good twist brake for that bullet. One in 10 like that. Yeah, for that 7 mag, I have a 1 in 9 or 1 in 9.5, and which is kind of standard on the 7 mag. And yeah, you'd need a 1 in 8 for that bullet most likely, maybe even a 1 in 7. It's like 5.56 NATO has pulled ahead over 308 in our chat. But yes, Mason, I will look into that. Just because I don't have the right twist rate doesn't mean I can't do the video. Just see if they stabilize enough to do a video at 50 yards for penetration. 50 yards is close range, worst case scenario. Thank you, man. Nice tip. I appreciate you. Super chat. God bless you and your family, my friend. Can't remember. Shed Al, do you make videos too? Can I go to hit this and go to your channel? I cannot. Okay, nothing. Yeah. If you do, everybody go subscribe to Shed Al. If you don't, that's all right too. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. Cool stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyone have any luck for deer season yet? Wow. I got a caribou in July. Yes, July is the season. It's mosquito season. Nice. Only been out for rabbits this year, but it'll let you know when I find a jackalope. There you go. I just got a deer, but the sheriff's department finished it off. Insurance will check on the truck. Oh, man. That's crazy, man. Hey, at least it's not a moose. A moose in a small car is a guaranteed death. Y'all don't forget to vote in the poll. Since we're loading 308 Winchester tonight, we're mostly going to load these up for Full Metal Jackets. So, I'm just reaming out primer pockets because I know this is all Lake City brass, once fired military stuff, and it's all got primer pockets that are crimped in. I ream them out good too. I don't want to have to do it twice. I've never reamed one out so big that it fell out. It did have a primer pop out of a 308 casing one time, fall down into the thing. So they boxer rubber down. Oh, these are boxer. I know you can get equipment to reload Berdan stuff, but yeah, why not? So my 18-inch shoots 168 grain ELD extreme well. I'm getting about 2,600 out of the muzzle with IMR 4064. That's not bad. What's that bolt? 308? 308 for the win. There you go. He's got 308 almost coming in up for a tie. Yeah, so shed out my 18-inch does really well with tack powder. Tack powder is going to make some great velocities. Getting 3150 with the 130 grain Barnes. Getting 2890 with the 150 grain Barnes. This is Aero Precision CMV barrel. And that's that. What's your opinion on Tikkas? Great. They don't fit me without a rise cheek piece on them, but they're pretty great rifles. So I got no issues with them. My wife, we have one for 270 for my wife. So I've looked up Berdan primers, can't get in them anymore. Hey, I'm going to be honest with you. If you had Berdan, if you had something that you could punch out a Berdan primer with, line up the case properly and two flash holes, I would just take a drill and just drill a little flash hole in regular primer and put in a regular primer. That's what I would do. If they're not the same width, I'd take the reamer and just put it on a drill and get that width in there. Yeah. Center drill of the right size from McMaster car. Can McMaster car of your bird? Okay. Center drill of the right size from McMaster case can take care of your Berdan problem, allegedly. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, speak to text doesn't always work. So. Take care, Hotep. You have a good one now. Or Quabena, or Seor RLP. Seor Sai. I can't say that. If you haven't been on McMaster car and or stuff like that, it's an amazing resource. Okay. I have not been on there. I'm not really a mechanical guy, but I would love to learn. So definitely love to learn. Looks like 556 is pulling ahead in the polls too. Somebody said something else. If you were one of the person that said something else, tell us what it is. So just pop on and check them out. I arrange for precise homemaking on many metallic things, if you know what I mean. Okay. MT22LR. Yeah. I'm going to use that a lot myself, but it's not going to be my main fighting rifle. But yeah. Sorry, voice text. Yeah, I get that. And my voice to text is the worst one. Yeah. I'm going to be using suppressed 22. Hopefully 90% of the time, but if I get in a firefight, it's going to be something more significantly more power. Yeah, 7.62 by 39. 7.62 by 39 and 22 suppressed. That's all you need there, huh? If I was a millionaire, he would be 300 blackout. Yeah, but what are some budget hunting suppressors? Got a 7 mag. Okay, well, I have not put one on my suppressors. Tell me, CMMG zeroed line. The CMMG zeroed line is a good budget suppressor. I got my Silence Co Hybrid 46, which you can put a 30 caliber cap on for I think $600. So that's not bad. I think the CMG is a little less than that. You can find good deals on them right now because people are like free tax stamps and stuff like that. So it may not be a budget suppressor. It might be $1,000 suppressor, but if it has a free tax stamp, it's better than a $700 suppressor with a tax stamp. If it's better. If I had to put one can on a 7 mag, it would be the Banish 30 V2. That would be the quietest can, unless you want to get an Apex. The Apex that I've actually shot a 7 mag with an Apex, and it ding, that thing was quiet. And it was on a 162 grain SST load too. So, yeah, YHM for rugged and heavy. If you're hunting with it though, you want to get a lightweight suppressor. All you needed to do is take the sting off your ears. You know, it's still going to hurt because you're shooting a 7 mag. You're not shooting a subsonic round. It's still going to hurt your ears without hearing protection on, but it's going to take the sting off quite a bit. So, oh, looks like 308's making a comeback. 42%. There we go. Yeah, YHM on a 308 is really good. Yeah, you'll have to get a 30 caliber suppressor. Now you can get a .284 cap for many of them, but I have not put a suppressor on my 7 mag. I don't think I'm going to plan on it. So, why did it? Sorry, I got my. There we go. That's better. Except I got a little bit of blurriness in the camera right there. There we go. Oh. It's weird. Why did it hide your message, Shed Owl? I am hunting with it and I love it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, my Silent Scope Hybrid 46 is a all steel heavy can, but I like it, that's for sure. There you go. I do like it. A few of these left, and then we'll put in primers, and we'll call it a night. What's up, Teddy Two Guns, man? Long time no see. I don't see you over on the Rumble chats that much, but I appreciate you. See the comments. We are sitting here reaming primer pockets on some Lake City Once Fire brass by Top Brass, which should be called bottom shelf brass. But we ran everyone through a case gauge, and those that didn't make the case gauge got resized. Sometimes it took 2 or 3 presses. I had a representative from Nick Baggage stop by the plant. We're going to set up a time to meet next year with the man himself. Oh, cool. Yeah, I actually interviewed him on the channel. I don't know if you remember, but yeah. 13 votes. If you're one of the 15% doing something else, let me know what your something else is. Yeah. Yep, you're the only reason who he is, know who he is. Much love, Victory. Appreciate it, Shed Al. What's up, Justin Perriman? What's up, CJ? How you doing? We're just out here breaming some primer pockets. All right, we got some more votes in the poll. Don't forget to vote in the poll. I do not have a 257 Weatherby. I would like to have a 257 Weatherby, but it's not on the, like, that'd be the ideal caribou rifle. Put an 80 grain Barnes TTSX in there. I've used that. Yes, Teddy Two Guns. I've got a video on that. Yeah, it's actually good stuff. It's not loaded very hot. It's thing. Been better, man. Coming off a 7-day bender. Well, don't do that, man. Don't do that. Man, I haven't had a drink, and I think the last time I had a drink a week ago. A week ago last night. Last Saturday night, we went out to the college hockey game. And we went to dinner beforehand, and I had a drink. And at dinner, because I have for the next 3.5 months. Well, more than that with breastfeeding, I've got a designated driver. I'm telling you, man, just look at your kids and they'll change your life. Look at your kids with love, man. You don't have any yet? Well, get your life right so you can have some, because that's the best thing in the world. When they're crawling all over you. Before we went live, my son was sitting here helping me ring primer pockets, doing the case gauge. And you can't. It's just, he's only 5, but there's just something great about looking in your kid's eyes, man. A boat tipped us with a case of beer. Yeah. I really just don't drink anymore. My health is already bad enough from my weight, being overweight, and not being able to exercise with all that crap. Like, just adding that to my body. No. And I'm a lightweight. Man, that one glass of wine, and I could barely drive. If I'd had 2, I would have been shouting profanities in front of my kids at the hockey game, like some of the other drunk people there. Same, one beer is like 3 slices of bread. Yuck. Yeah. Yeah. All carbs. Yep. I haven't started the meat diet yet, but I need to. And try to get a little bit healthy before my surgery so that I'm okay during surgery. If you're one of the 11% of people that voted, something else, let us know. Make a steak burrito before bed. There you go. Do you have a 9x25? Yeah, not in a 1911. I have a barrel for my Glock 29. I don't know where it's at right now, but I have a barrel for my Glock 29 that Troop gave me, so. Number 25, Dylan. Yep, for my Glock 29. Yep. .22 LR, 17 HR, 22 LR the whole way. 17 HMR blows too much in the wind. I've seen it blow 7 feet at 400 yards. Even 223 5.56 doesn't do that because of the extra speed and bullet weight. I've hit things in the wind with that speed. I just took a few shots to walk it in there, knowing where the wind was. So all that being said, yeah. Let's go hunt at Portlock. Where's Portlock? What's Portlock? I've never heard of Portlock. I would go 22 Magnum over 17 HMR as well for the same reason. By the way, thanks for being a channel member, Teddy Two Guns. What's your furthest shot with the 22 LR? 100 yards. If it's beyond that, I use something that actually is there. Heading out to Missouri for a whitetail. I'm going to take my 8mm Remington Magnum loaded with the Barnes 160 grain TTSX at 33.92 feet per second. Overkill. I do have a 7mm 08. Well, it's for my son. It's a Ruger American Compact, the original Gen 1. 18-inch barrel. I do recommend 7mm 08. 7mm 08 would probably be the ideal cartridge for a lady. So, do you have a 1911 40? I don't have a 1911, dude. I don't own a 1911, which is blasphemous, I know. But I've tried to get T-Sauce to send and some other ones to send a 1911 10mm to the channel. I don't own a 1911 any kind. I do have a 40 Super Barrel for a Glock 21. 1911 stinky. Yeah, sometimes. Shooting at Grizzly just to hit Chook, look for his Mrs. Bigfoot. Yep. He did come check out that pile of bones that's been stacked up by somebody behind my house. Mason Hengram, 7mm 308 or 243. I would go out of all of those. It depends on what you want to do with it. Mason, if you're going for like low recoil, then you go 243. If you want in between low recoil and but better bullet selection for bigger game, you go 7mm 8. If you want higher recoil, but not bad recoil, still higher than 243 and 7mm 8, and you want a variety of bullets and you want to be able to use military ammo for practice, then you go 308. You know, there's all sorts of Full Metal Jacket practice rounds for 308 that are cheap. You can just practice. Hello, Johnny B. Good day to you too, sir. 338 Federal AR-10. Yeah, that would be cool. I need to do a 338 Federal AR-10 build. I know I need to build an upper for that. But it's all hand loaded these days, so. Absolutely, I'm gonna get a 358 Winchester. Yep, that'll do it. Portlock is a place that was a mine camp that Big Feet ran people off by throwing huge equipment. Oh yeah, I've heard that story. It had nothing to do with you know, the mining camp actually going dry and getting shut down. Mason, I hand load Barnes 145 grain LRX. I don't know if I have the box close by or not, but that's what I do. I hand load Barnes 145 grain LRX in. Yeah, here we go. There's the box. And I hand load those over Reloader 22. And that's what the bullet looks like. And that'll kill anything from whitetail to grizzly bear. Wouldn't take it after bison, but I would not hesitate to take it off after moose. The only reason why I didn't kill a moose with it is I really wanted to kill something with my 6.5 by 284, and I decided to take my 6.5 284 when the moose showed up. So my Bergara Ridge 6.5 Creedmoor Super Picky, I picked it up off the clearance sale at Sportman's, 40% off. I think they lost licensing or something because all their other exclusives are on sale too. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm looking at the Fight Light SER. It's basically a 5.56 ranch rifle. I'm in a banned state, so that's what we have available. Then, that's not a bad idea, Johnny B. I'd even look into the Henry lever action. Why not? Henry's got that lever action that takes AR mags and threaded barrel, and supposed to be pretty accurate. Accurate enough anyway. Probably more accurate than your 2 MOA Daniel Defense or something like that. So there's that. It's got huge grizzly, but I need a 338 first. LOL, quick sights. There you go. Yeah, interesting. Edra, so my Bergara HMR has 9 different loads, both factory and hand loads, that it shoots half MOA with. Edra. So sorry, yours is a little bit more picky. If you hand load, you can get a comparator, which is a device you put on your calipers, and you can compare the actual where the ogive hits, and take the rounds that it likes, and then compare it. Get hand load some bullets that you actually want to hunt with, and you can get them about the same size. If you do that and get a good powder charge, you'll find accuracy pretty quick. Nice safari rifle with irons. There you go. Free men don't ask for permission. That's true. Yes, I know about the 500 Automax AR-10. I even know somebody has one, but I'm not in contact with him anymore. I'm looking at Henry as well in 357. Yeah, there you go. Why not go a wheel gun on each hip and a Henry in the hand? That's not a bad idea. And the cool thing about that too is, okay, you go Henry, you get that X model with a threaded barrel, then you can put a suppressor on. You're probably in a suppressor band state too, though. But what you need to do is move. Your career ain't worth your life. Your career ain't worth having no defense. Find another career, find another spot. Maybe it pays a little less, but maybe the place doesn't need as maybe that place doesn't have as high housing prices either. So all right. Measuring room, Federal Power Shock 170 gram versus Federal Fusion Tip, or something else. Sorry, my phone fell there. I forgot to bring the thing in. I would say I would go 155 grain Federal Terminal Ascent before either of those. If you're a Federal Terminal Ascent is a much better bullet, and it's a bonded bullet, and you can get really good accuracy out of it. You can get really, really good it gives really good penetration and expansion. I'd say go 175 grain or 155 grain terminal ascent. Those high 175 grains, you got to have a really good twist rate to shoot those. Supersized, well, the only ammo I got in consistency MOA is called Copper, Federal Trophy Copper, TTSX, and LRX. So Edra, that's awesome. Those are the bullets you should be hunting with. They're amazing. So, yeah, don't I wouldn't have it any way. Other way, yeah. Go with Barnes LRX, and it's the only thing you need to. My rifle likes Barnes LRX, 2 different hand loads and in the factory load. Teddy 2 Guns says he can get you a job in Alaska. Can you give me a better paying job in Alaska, Teddy 2 Guns? I need a better paying job. Yeah, I'm looking at Wisconsin currently and Illinois. Is Wisconsin red enough, though? Like, isn't it a swing state every year? You should have a Weatherby and 300 Win Mag. It was not fun to shoot because it didn't have a brake. Yeah, I have a Weatherbeam 300 Win Mag. In fact, here's the brake for it right here. And I got to put that back on after putting the suppressor on, taking the suppressor off. So I definitely enjoy the brake. It makes it feel like a 6.5 Creedmoor. I do not have a 357 SIG. I want to find a 357 SIG barrel for a SIG P239. P239. Edger, that's pretty cool. I am a teacher. Yeah, our they jacked up our rates. I'm losing $600 a paycheck. Well, 1.2 MOA means you could, if you could find the bullets for hand loading, you could play with the seating depth and the powder charge, and you could get that terminal ascent to shoot. But LRX is a better bullet than terminal ascent. So, and I know that's a controversial statement. I'm not moving out of AK. No, there's no way. But I would like to do something in Alaska where I make more money than a teacher. Make more than $56,000 a year. That's hard to live on in AK with 3 kids and a wife who works part-time. And she can only work because of her situation, of her family situation. She can work with her family. So I would like something where she didn't have to work at all. Be cool to see Federal Fusion tipped penetration test. Yes, why is it? Anyway. Yeah, I plan on Federal Fusion tipped penetration test at some point. Yep, stay-at-home moms raise more stable kids while going crazier themselves. Nah. My wife Courtney's amazing though. I'd like to find something I made that I could jump into because I have a college degree and make 85. Drive a truck, pretty easy to make 75 plus. Yeah. Yeah, okay. After 8 months. If you're a teacher, I think you have access to a site that's called Expert Voice. You'd be able to get discounts on a lot of stuff, including federal ammo. Yeah, except you can't get it shipped here if it's ammunition. And we have that access to that in Cabela's. So my grandma used to run the hospital gift shop because got bored. I actually love teaching. I love my school. I don't do that well. I just entered comment, but you said not allowed. Weird. What's up, Rato? It's been a while. You're not one of the people I see on Rumble because most of our chats are over on Rumble. No, federal law doesn't allow ammo shipments to go outside of the United States, and you have to go outside of the United States to get to Alaska, so it has to go through an importer-exporter. Unless you are going on a nonstop flight and you carry less than 11 pounds. So, that's that. Rato, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, it's not bad if you're like, it's the same price in Cabela's here as it is in Cabela's somewhere else. Most of the time, not always. Um, Local stores, though, yeah, it's hard to get. Like right now, I'm seeing PMC 556 for $8.99 a box online. I can't get it for less than $11.50 something. So I barge everything up with Carlisle out of Tacoma. Yeah, I got to do that too. You know, I know about 38 Super Plus P. Yes, I do. I know that it exists. I don't know a lot about it. Let me rephrase that. All right, let me get some large rifle primers here. Ooh. Let's go with Winchester. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Let's see. 308 Winchester should be a number 2. Of course, these had to spill on me. That's number 12. Number 3. Number 1. Number 11. Number 4. Number 9. Number 10. Number 7. Number 8. And there's number 2. It's on 19. Okay, sorry, looking at the shell holders there. Yes, I do already have a video on the 155 grain terminal ascents. They shot 0.9 for me, and I was in -2 degrees, and I didn't wear enough clothing, and I was shivering like crazy. They shot a 0.9. Justin Pearman, have a good night, man. 38 Super is better than 376. Sure. You can order ammo in-state from a company. Yes, you can. I got a Garmin chronograph off expert voice for like $350. I cried tears of joy because they're like $600 everywhere else. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I actually got mine at a pretty good deal, but not that good of a deal. Nowhere close, but I'll tell you what though, that Garmin chronograph is literally like God's gift to rifle ballistics. Yeah, Mason, I definitely have a video on the terminal ascent, and highly recommend you go watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna run this big coat. Well, I'll tell you what made me get one. I've tried one before this, but I went out to the local public range, and I had sorry. So should I get a chrono next season? Absolutely. I went out to public range, and I had to wait for 5 ceasefires or 4 ceasefires or whatever to keep lining my chrono up with my target. My target was at 100 yards, but my chrono was right here, which is not something you should do. You should put your target at like 10 yards with the chrono. But I was trying to get accuracy and chronograph information at the same time, and I just couldn't do it. And as soon as I finally got it lined up and perfect, and a lot of people had already left after an hour and a half of being there, it started hailing like crazy. So I had to get everything out of there and go home. So, yeah, that is what was up. Do you like this perfect primer tool? Put one on my X page tomorrow, maybe. If I can find a selling one, that's a good sale. Well, apparently I've already used this sleeve of primers before for something. I've got 80 in there. Nope, 79 in there. Oh well. I need to get the Garmin. I brought the lab radar. It works okay, but the Garmin is so much smaller. Yeah. I don't know anything about how well the Athlon works, but it's also a lot less expensive. What's up, TJ Fishing? Good day, mate. good night here. Stainless steel or blued for a hunting rifle. As long as it's a matte finish and not a high polished stainless steel, you're fine. You just don't want to give away your location with the big old glare and gleam. But I prefer blued. I prefer Cerakoted something else. Cerakoted bronze, burnt bronze matte, or OD green or something like that. That's what I prefer. So that's that. All right, we're gonna put some primers in these. There we go. When I get an HMR at 300 PRC or 65 PRC, I really want a 7mm PRC, but I've seen too many videos of false velocity readings, so like way off. The Federal ammo tends to be on, and the Hornady ammo tends to be pretty way off in 7mm PRC. The hand loading data is not. So the lab radar is the big square. Yeah, but they also have a small one too. They have a small version of it. Adam Shaw, hey, how's it going, man? You ever gone to 300 Win Mag versus 300 Weatherby Mag with factory ammo? I know about you and Austin years ago, but hand loads. But what about factory? We've not done factory ammo. Mostly because there's not a lot of factory ammo we can do. But I'll ask him if he wants to do that again. On this video, I was watching Rick Pallett nailing a brand new Caldwell chronograph with an arrow, checking out the speed of his bow. It's out there. Check it out. Yeah, I've nailed one with a 454 Casull before. I make fun of Chook for doing it, but I've done it a couple times. Even Chook can't shoot the Garmin. I might have made these a little too light. Oops. They're barely sitting a little too deep. Oh well. That one was, I reamed way too much. Oops. What's up, garage guy? I'm gonna SBR my Mark 18 come the new year. Super excited. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna SBR my PSA builds anyway. There we go. Now I've got it set to where I want it. Looks like 28 votes in the poll. 556 NATO's up there, but not by a lot. We're in Alaska. I live in the valley. You think going on with 6.8 West anymore? Or is it dead now? It's pretty much dead. I know Montana Musings is trying to do it. I know a lot more people are starting to get into it, but that's that. And Mark 18 is sick on Ready or Not. There you go. I'm in Prince William Sound. Cool. Can you get me a good deer hunt for cheap? I was trying to comment earlier. I need to get my buck and doe with 1 round using my 45-70. Still trying for 3 hogs in one after and getting 2 with 1 round. There you go. Peacewack. What's Peacewack? Oh, Prince William. Yeah. Yeah. Good luck, or I'll tell you, that'd be kind of cool. I'm glad we don't have hogs up there. Prince William Sound Aquaculture Corporation. So that'd be Peawasack. Come on over. Just about rut season. You have a place we can go with without getting on a boat, or we got to get on a boat somewhere? Wally Norton Island. Okay, only boat. Cool. I'm looking for somebody that has a boat to do the Sag River caribou hunt next year. I'm tired of walking in and doing the pack rafting. I heard mainland deer in Cordova. Yeah, I've heard that too. Can you get to Cordova on the road system or no? Yeah, my friend went to river hunt too. Man, I got a spot. If you just sit there long enough, you'll see that. No, only by ferry or plane. So I could take the ferry over there for Alaskan that. Is it Alaska has the big brown bears? Yes, TJ Fishing, it is. I've seen some small ones behind my mouse. Brown bears and some black bears that were decent. Black bear. I've seen black bear on my duck coop out here raising ducks. Yeah. Bear country is my front yard. Quite literally. Love to hunt one, but I need to find someone slower than me at running. Well, that'll be me. I'm slower than you, I promise. But you also, if you're coming from out of state or out of country, you have to hire a guide legally. You can't just go hunt them yourself. I've seen monster browns closer than I wanted around the Kenai. Yes, yes, yes. They're out there for sure. Tex 338 Win Mag or 375 Ruger for an all-around outdoor protection rifle. 375 Ruger, 100%. Sorry, I'm just getting a little comfortable in the seat here. Actually, some of them are a little bit better in the Valley, AJ. 5.56 because you were worried about groups of two-legged creatures. I'm not. If I'm bugging out through the woods here, I'm worried about four-legged creatures that'll eat you and stomp you. And got 3 species right around me that would eat me, between wolves, bears, and black bears and grizzly bears. A moose that would stomp you. I am much more worried about a bear or a moose than I am two-legged. And AR-10 will take down either one. And there's no kill like overkill, Berserker. But 5.56 is, I got it too for reasons. My plant is moving to the other side of Seward Bay. They have a huge brown bear over there. Mostly blacks on Level Point. Okay. Well, let me know if you see any in springtime. Yeah, pack of wolves is no bueno too. I have a POF Revolution and 2 fouls. So yeah, you know. You know. Can't believe 5.56 is on this head on this poll here. Yeah. And it's got 30 votes, buddy. 30 votes. Adam Shaw, how you doing, by the way? It's been a while. My goal is to get loaded up another 1,000 308. But I've got 4,000 or 5,000 5.56 to load, and I got a single stage press, so. I'm doing okay, just looking for a job, so I haven't been on YouTube much. Yeah, that's a good reason not to be on YouTube. If I could, I'd hire you as a cameraman, but they don't pay me enough on YouTube. Yeah. 5.56 is okay for just a fan. I got a couple. I mean, that's what we would defend our house with tonight, because that's what's doing there, close by. I've also got a 300 blackout and a 458 SOCOM suppressed close by too. So. Have you shot a Glock 48? I have not shot the Glock 48, actually. But my wife has a 43X, and it'd be nice to get a 48 upper for it, but no, I have not. I was going to shoot them. I'm going to buy a PSA micro dagger I was going to buy the long slide like that, so. 8 9-ounce bottles. Wow. Of Trail Boss. Wow. Did you use my link for the Hodgson website? I got a link for the Hodgson website over on my MeWe page. Nine-ounce bottles. That's weird. What are they selling them by now? The kilogram or something? The half kilogram? I don't know my metric conversion, so there is that. What did you do with your PFD? I hadn't received it yet, but it's probably going towards the bathroom remodel my wife's working on right now, and or buying her Christmas present. Guys, don't forget Alaskan 20 over at Rise Armament, all lowercase, Alaskan 20. Gets you 20% off triggers and AR parts. So, can't tell you where to go. Can't say the website name or anything like that, but Alaskan 20, all lowercase, over at Rise Armament. It's the best way to support the channel, other than being a Patreon member or YouTube channel member. So, what are you going to do with your PFD, Arctic Cat? What does Trail Boss do for that long shot can? I don't know. I'm not a. I don't reload with either one of those, to be honest with you. I think I have a bottle of long shot, but I've never used it. I got the 2-bottle limit from Hodgson, 6 from the Shields in Tulsa. There's a big Cheerio disc, so it's either 9-ounce bottles or 2-pound jugs. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I need to get a better phone holder. I only use long shot for reloading 12 gauge. Yeah, I'm gonna take my charger off. That'll help a little bit. Not bend it at the thing there too much. There we go. Trail Boss fills the cartridges and is quietest for subsonics. Oh, interesting. Cool. I guess I should be in the 12 Trail Boss then, huh? Yeah, I'm looking for good subsonic. I was thinking about trying to do tight group for subsonic 10 millimeter, 220 gram berries. I know Ultimate Reloader has some a video on it. I want to get those 220 grain berries and see if I can build up with fast burning powder that'll actually work the action on that CMMG. See if we can get some subsonics to actually run and stabilize. 4570 500 grain Acme hard cast with 10 grains of trail boss suppressed. It's great. Oh, cool. It was pathetic this year going to Maui in November. Oh, the 50 was pathetic this year? I don't even keep track of it. It's just extra bonus to me. Just more money we got to pay federal taxes on. Yeah, that's all it was to me. Oh, you got your fuel checks. The last year I was up there was $3,000. Yeah. Is it like 600 this year or something? Have fun in Maui. I just can't bring myself to spend money in a state as liberal and as hating American values as Hawaii. I get Native Hawaiians hating it, but sometimes it takes a little bit to win them over. But yeah. Yeah, the rest of it's probably going to go to fill up my oil heater. Should probably order my KKM barrel for my Glock Gen 5 as well if I have the chance. Good evening. What's up, Weed Eater? Text TKAK. Yeah, I'm sick of this Hawaiian Samoan price. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have 5 cords of wood for the wood burning stove? I do not. I've got less than a cord of wood, but I've got some. about to get to sleep until you have a live going. Had to stop by. I appreciate it, Weed Eater. Yeah, I'm about to get some to sleep too. Guess I'll probably finish priming this bunch of 308 tomorrow night. Because I really don't want to stay up here and prime the rest of these. Tonight, that's all I got. Alright, guys. 10 pieces of well-seasoned wood if you want it. Yeah, sure. I haven't even hooked up my wood burning stove yet. I've been meaning to do that for 2 or 3 years, yeah. That I have to do. Happy wife, happy. Yeah, it should be happy house, happy spouse. Men deserve to be happy too. Anyway, guys, I'll see y'all later. Our poll final 34 votes, 308 win, 556 NATO, 9% something else. Sweet. All right, guys. God bless. Take care. We will see you at the range. Godspeed and good hunting. Got a scope video coming out this week, hopefully.